even cigaar van mijn kant. Van de cigaar van mijn kant. Het hulle al begin chat. Ekskuus, die cast is nu nog nie. Kom ek sit hulle gou op live.
Hello and welcome to another exciting game of School Rocket League between Paul Ruris Gymnasium and Stellenbosch, two teams who are in exceptional form. My name is Triple M and I am joined by Jamal. Jamal, do you want to introduce yourself?
Hi there, my name is Jamal. Everybody on Twitter knows me as Jamal SSA. I am a passionate, over-ambitious fan of the sport, and I'm very excited to be casting this game with Triple M.
Yeah, I'm buzzing with excitement. This game, albeit a game about bragging rights, a game about practice, but no doubt both sides will take it very seriously. We've got Paul Ruris Gymnasium, who finished first in the high school split of last term. So to close out the winter, they are in tip-top form and coming up against their varsity counterparts in Stellenbosch University, who also finished first ahead of University of Cape Town and a handful of other teams to finish top of their split as well to conclude the third term. So we've got two teams here who are very capable of playing Rocket League at a very high level, and we will be seeing at least one of these teams at Comic-Con later this month. So it's going to be interesting to see which rosters start here today, and more importantly, how these two teams play. Now, Jamal, I know our knowledge of these two teams is very limited right now, but what do you think and what are your general feelings of how this game might play out? Because you've got a varsity team against a high school team, essentially.
If I can base this on my experiences with the younger players that I come across in the lobbies, then Paul Ruris might be my bet. But if you're looking at people that might have mental fortitude simply based on maturity, then it might go to Stellenbosch. But we all know that this is Rocket League. It is unpredictable. Two goals down, you can have a blowout. Two goals down can be a comeback. I'm just so hyped for this.
Yeah, and what is interesting, I was told late yesterday evening that one of the students who plays for Stellenbosch, Bluck 74 is his in-game name. I'm not sure if he'll be starting today, but he is an electrical engineering student. So you've got some very bright players both on and off the pitch playing in today's game, and a lot of potential, a lot of nice things to look forward to here as casters. You know, I do think that this game is going to be exciting, so I hope that everybody in the stream enjoys this game, and I hope that both teams bring their A game to the table as we await the start of the game.
Definitely so. As a caster, the only thing that I hope is I am hoping and praying. I am putting my faith in the Rocket League deities that this is not a one-sided match. I am looking for the top shelf Rocket League teams that will go on and possibly even become one of the best SSA teams in RLCS.
Yeah, I mean, you never want to cast a one-sided game as a caster, believe you me. I've been there, you've been there. We've both been doing this for a decent amount of time now, and we've seen our fair share of one-sided Rocket League games, and hopefully today we won't see that. We've got Zephramo in the game, we've got Daisy, I think that's how it's pronounced. A few names that I'm reading there in the top left corner. A lot of players that I'm seeing for the first time, and perhaps maybe you're seeing for the first time, because just a bit of background about me, I usually cast on the more mature games, people who are already past the varsity stage, already past the high school stage. So this is a new experience for me and a new opportunity to see some young players. I don't know about you, Jamal.
This for me is breaking ground. Rival matches like these forces people to only get better in the game. I want to see more of these matches moving forward. Simply just okay, we have kickoff.
We do have kickoff indeed. The best of 5 begins, and you've got PRG in the blue, you've got Stellenbosch in the orange, and it looks like it's going goalward, and a great save to start off the game from Stellenbosch, and they take it immediately the other way, and he looks to put a cross in for his teammate, and that's excellent. Oh, what a save! 2 fantastic saves to open up this Rocket League best of 5, and already we're seeing a lot of chaos, a lot of action. It's back-to-back shots at goal.
The ball is being played quite high at this point in the game. I'm quite enjoying it. Would that be a goal? No, there is a save by PRG. PRG's defense is looking quite strong at this point in time. Unfortunately, the ball has been in their half the majority of this section of the game.
It has indeed, and they found it! It's Zefrino who gets a goal, the opening goal for Paul Ruiz, and they take a 1-0 lead against Stellenbosch in the opening 60 seconds. A fantastic finish off of a scruffy clearance by Stellenbosch, and they get absolutely punished there.
We have the kickoff. Who will win it? Stellenbosch wins that, but Paul Ruiz is on the wall. Paul Ruiz is taking it down. Into play. Paul Ruiz is attacking the corner. Oh, I had a bit of a lag on my side.
Yeah, it's a bit of a bad touch there from PRG, but they managed to get it out, and it's going towards the Stellenbosch goal again. It's all PRG at the moment. Another shot and another save by Applesauce. He is on fire so far, and now can Stellenbosch take it the other way? Can Stellenbosch create something and get something back in this game? Only time will tell.
We're sitting with 3 minutes, 30 seconds on the clock. There's over enough Rocket League left to be played in this first match. This first match is very, very important because it builds the momentum for the game.
Yeah, it certainly does, and you can see that so far. I think that Paul Ruiz have had the better chances, and of course they've taken the one chance gifted on the back post by the Stellenbosch player. Now Stellenbosch look to take it the other way, and they're not out of this game yet. It's only 1 goal in it, and they've still got a whole 3 minutes, as you pointed out earlier. Now it's in, and who's going to finish? Nobody's there. Nobody's home to put that chance away, and Stellenbosch might regret that.
Looking to defend this corner, but Blade coming through, carrying it across the poles. Is there a play? Will he be playing it to the center? PJ is setting a bit too deep on the rotation on that side.
Yeah, and this is not looking good, but Stellenbosch somehow not conceding a second, and now they take it the other way. You've got Zefrino who tries to get a touch in, Blade who gets it off the backboard, and now it's Teacher going to the top rope and unfortunately can't get a clean connect, and it's still in the half of Stellenbosch. The pressure from Paul Ruiz is impressive here as they continue to hold this 1-0 lead, and a demo in the background, in the peripherals of the action here in the Rocket League game. And now we've got it the other way. Can Stellenbosch get something? Blade stands tall and strong and clears it, and gets the goal as well. Oh my word, I was not expecting that. What is going on with Stellenbosch? Because Paul Ruiz at the moment look by far the better team, scoring off the counter. Excellent goal, and it's 2-0.
It's important thing that we need to notice. Just before that happened, we had Stellenbosch going for demos. Demos are good, but if you go for too many demos, it takes you out of the rotation. It leaves your defense open.
Yeah. That is an excellent bit of analysis there, and I couldn't agree with you any more. And now it's going goalward again, but this time Daisy able to get it away. Daisy, sorry, I'm mispronouncing some names here because I am still trying to familiarize myself with some of these players as the action continues. Now it's Zefrino taking it the other way.
Teacher defending their corner, taking it, is Daisy across the ball, but thank you that Blade was there. Stellenbosch continue attacking the corner. Can they get that across the poles? Almost against the backboard, I believe that is going to be. No, Zefrino. Blade pushing it down the center to the side. But Stellenbosch will be there to deliver that.
Yeah, you almost feel that Stellenbosch will feel they deserve the goal there, but the pressure is still being applied here, and somehow they survive. Paul Ruiz might just keep a clean sheet with a minute to go. Can Stellenbosch get something back into this game?
Well, one thing that I can tell you, I'm struggling to keep track of who actually has this ball, because at this point, of course, what I'm seeing now is simply just a boom. The players. No doubt. It looks like they might not be coming back. As I was saying earlier, It looks like at this point in time it is a boom. They are not really playing that much of possession. But let's see if it would actually be playing out in the following matches to come. Will they be able to keep control of the ball? Or are they simply just pushing for the long distance shots?
Yeah, I mean, it's a difficult game at the moment, and apologies to Inferno. I just realized I've butchered his name virtually the whole game, but surely he won't mind. Blade with a follow-up demo there to make sure that Stellenbosch cannot follow up from that interception. Now it's Teacher down the left wing looking for a teammate, but calmly PRG just not overcommitting on attack because they know they're 3-0 up. There's no need to do anything crazy, and Stellenbosch take it the other way. It's a good shot, and it's off the backboard, and somehow Applesauce unable to direct that towards the goal and force a save out of Paul Ruiz, and it seems like it's just too late for Stellenbosch to get back into this game. They have to reset and try again next time.
We have 0-0 on the clock. That was a very good game. Stellenbosch University not playing much of a possession game, but as we were saying, boom, get the ball out from your side, but you need to hold position. PRG following up on the passes, controlling the center field, not playing up against the backboard that much. This is really a game that I'm actually enjoying watching.
Yeah, I mean, it was a lot of back and forth. I think both teams struggling to really keep a hold of the ball, but to be honest with you, I'm not complaining because it was great entertainment for us in the casting desk. So it was fantastic stuff as we await the second game here. Do you think that Stellenbosch can come back in this game?
Stellenbosch can come back. I believe Stellenbosch can come back. I mean, the university students, they finished the top of their bracket. Let's see if they can regain the composure, get one goal back. That is the most important thing at this time. They should just get that 1 point on the board so that they can start building momentum on that. At this point in time, PRG has him on the back foot.
Yeah, and it's PRG again with Teacher coming in all the way from downtown to finish that one. And again, a deft touch on the top of the goal from a Stellenbosch player. Not really sure who that was, but it doesn't matter because PRG are 1-0 up in the first 30 seconds. And can Stellenbosch find a way back into this game? Because it just seems like at this point we might be getting exactly the opposite of what we prayed for. A one-sided series.
One-sided series is a one-sided series. PRG has a very good reputation, but at this point, we know that Stellenbosch University can play good Rocket League. They just need to follow up, hold position. Will there be a shot? No, that was deflected by the defender of PRG.
Yeah, and Stellenbosch have got to keep the pressure here. They've got to find a way of keeping the ball in the half of Paul Ruiz and create some chances. Now it's Bluck chasing off the backboard, unable to get the clean touch, but it's okay because Desaid puts it on a plate and Blade comes across to intercept perfectly, and Inferno unable to get it out. Applesauce doing some good work going forward, and it's a goal! The first goal of the series, courtesy of Block 74, the engineering student finds a way to get Stellenbosch on the board, and it's 1-1 in game number 2.
I'm telling you, Block brought his protractor and his scientific calculator because the angle of that shot was impressive. So we have the kickoff won by PRG.
Yeah. I mean, and then they go and do that. Inferno with a very, very good goal, very good movement, just calmly waiting for the ball to drop. And look at that anticipation, knowing exactly where the trajectory of the ball was going to fall and just sweetly timing it into the back of the net. And again, Stellenbosch being punished for moments of just, lapse of concentration, I guess.
Stellenbosch University, ball is in their court. Block pushes it up against the wall. Did you look for a pass? You did not get it. Can they get the ball out of the off again? Another boom ball off the sideball to the center. Oh, what a nice pass. Unfortunately, couldn't get any direct.
Yeah, it almost seems like, that's a stylish shot and a stylish goal. Oh, that is magnificent by Bluck. He's putting on an absolute clinic here, keeping Stellenbosch in the game. It's 2-2.
That fast area with the rotation was brilliant for me. Slide that into the poly. This is exactly where to put it, far away from the defender.
Yeah, I mean, that was a magnificent shot, and it's another one. Oh, and it's a hat-trick. It's a hat-trick for Block 74.
I'm telling you, Stellenbosch finally getting back into the game. The praise has been answered. Stellenbosch 3-2, PRG's chasing at this point in time. Can Stellenbosch keep that grasp on the lead, forcing PRG to make that slight mistakes, allowing for block, who has been carrying Stellenbosch at this point in time. And has been tied up 3-3 with 3 minutes, 10 seconds left on the clock.
Yeah, great interception from Blade and a beautiful finish by Teacher. Oh, the chemistry, the telepathy. This is beautiful Rocket League on display by both of these fine institutions as we go into another kickoff. Very important. Who wins it? It seems like, well, it seems a little bit even because Stellenbosch have decided to take it back into their own half. Teacher with the shot. Dangerous touch, almost punished, and somehow Inferno unable to capitalize on the bad touches from Stellenbosch in their half. And that could be a moment they look back on later in this game with a lot of regret and a lot of bitterness, because I tell you what, this is a close game and you can't afford to make mistakes like that.
There's 2 things in Rocket League that will always haunt you when you close your eyes at night. Missing an open net and being denied by what I call the fourth man, the sidebars and the crossbar.
Yeah, well, you know, I like to call it the anti-goal technology, but, you know, same thing, I guess. It's all the same. We all know that feeling as Rocket League players. Anyways, now it looks like Applesauce who's poked it away, but Inferno with a nice interception to keep it in the half of Stellenbosch, but it doesn't lead to anything, and this could be dangerous, but Teacher's there to clear it, and this is back to end-to-end stuff. More of that stuff we saw early on in game number 1.
There was a missed opportunity for a double tap. Playing it Stellenbosch playing it down the center, again off the backboard. Oh, we couldn't get the double tap on there. On that, once again, boom ball. They need to make sure that wherever they're hitting that the players will be able to get to it. It is a good tactic to give enough space for you to compose yourself, but unfortunately PRG has always been there to punish them with regards to big clears. So if Stellenbosch can just clean up their clears a bit better, keep it a bit more tighter, then I'm sure that they'll be able to put far more points on the board.
Yeah, and one thing I'm noticing from both teams is they've always got a man back. They're not overcommitting. They realize the stakes. Of course, there's not really any prizes on the line, apart from bragging rights between these 2 institutions, of course, and that means a lot to these players. It's great practice for next month, as mentioned earlier in the series, and now we've got Daisy with the mechanical excellence on display, but unfortunately it doesn't lead to anything, and now Blade will take it the other way and perhaps punish the stylishness there and the unnecessary flair, I guess you can call it, from Stellenbosch, but unfortunately it leads to nothing yet again.
What I'm currently noticing now, Blade is carrying PRG very, very well. Unfortunately, sometimes the players play a little bit too closely, looking for that quick touch just to get Stellenbosch off on the back foot with regards to the defense. As you said, one man always back. Not always a good thing when it comes to the rotation, especially on the attack. Your positioning is very important.
Absolutely, and it's a chance here. Oh, what a save by Inferno. Block will be absolutely screaming in his head as to how that did not go in. It's a chance that Stellenbosch should have put away, and this time it goes the other way. And Blade, you were just talking about him. You were just talking about his involvement in his team's performance so far, and just on cue, he scored to give our PRG the lead.
Like a jet plane flying to the rescue, attacking that ball just at the right angle, catching the defender completely off guard. No time to react. So Stellenbosch is playing the ball off the top of the crossbar. Can they get it clear so that they can breathe a little bit more on the background? They need to move the ball much more faster up. All of these works on the back. Oh wow, Zephyron scoring that goal, capitalizing on the works, on the slight hesitations to attack when you know that you're supposed to.
Yeah, I think Stellenbosch's biggest weakness here has definitely been in defense. They look like a team that is perhaps lacking in confidence at the moment and just a lack of cohesion at the back there, because they've done that a few times in this series so far, and it looks like it's going to cost them a second consecutive game and put them 2-0 down in the series. GG's to PRG as they take the 2-0 lead. Talk to me about PRG and what you've been impressed with about their performance so far.
I am highly impressed. If this is what the education institutions of South Africa is bringing towards Rocket League, fostering these players in an environment, helping them get exposure, develop their game, I am so excited moving forward. PRG, very impressive, good form, always on the attack, hardly missing a shot. Stellenbosch at the same in the beginning of the game. Was a bit slow to start, got got the momentum, built on their momentum, and unfortunately, just at the end, they started slipping up.
Yeah, well, we're about to go into game number 3, and as you pointed out, you know, PRG with a great performance there, and one thing that stood out to me is definitely the fact that they all scored goals, you know. Blade, Teacher, Inferno, they all got involved with the goals, you know, at least scoring 1 goal each for their team, so that's pretty impressive. Anyways, now we've got Inferno looking to take another early lead, Teacher with a good touch off the backboard, to set up a teammate perhaps, but an overcommitment slightly by PRG. You don't see that too often, at least not today anyways.
His form on the deck, denied by the anti-goal technology, as you were saying earlier. Zephron going for the pinch, could not get the pinch of the hawk. Goals not open, goals being attended to brilliantly by Blade. Blade's dribble denied.
Yeah, that was a painful one to watch because this could be a goal and a great save by Teacher, but the play before this one, it was a painful one to watch because it felt like there was a bit of miscommunication from Stellenbosch there. I think perhaps maybe he should have just left that for his teammate. Anyways, it goes the other way. Inferno scores as I'm trying to break down a play that happened almost 10 seconds ago. But, you know, PRG, they have other ideas. They don't care about what happens at the other end. They only care what happens on the Stellenbosch end. It's 1-0.
Teams displaying the importance of fundamentals. They're carrying the team well. Just a little bit of miscommunication now and then with regards to rotations. But you are seeing teams just putting the ball where it needs to be, going for the passes, going for the big clears. I love a game where there is not too much flashy mechanics. Denied by Stellenbosch University. I was going to say there wasn't open net, but there is one guy back positioning perfectly, reading the play before attacking.
Oh yeah, and Blade with a very, very tight angle there, but he would have expected to score. Now it's Applesauce taking it the other way and unable to dribble it past his man. Stellenbosch are running out of time here. Yes, there's still 3 minutes left on the clock, but remember, they are 2-0 down in the series, and if they don't get a goal now, you feel it's almost, you know, getting to the dying embers for them.
Dying embers is true. If they lose this one, then they have conceded in a sweep. But I'm very much confident that Stellenbosch can at least just get that one goal. That one goal, that's just that breathing space. At this point in time, they are chasing. And all PRG is basically doing is just keeping them at bay, showing them, yes, we are the big boys on the block. Called us out. We are going to punish you.
Yeah, and now it's Daisy taking it the other way. We haven't seen much of him so far. Not a fan of that back pass, but they have time and space on the ball, I guess. Teacher, they might get punished for this. Stellenbosch are in big trouble, and luckily it doesn't lead to anything. No clean connections from PRG, and they'll just take it the other way.
Your words that you are speaking rings quite hard with what I am seeing now on the screen. My concern is this. Stellenbosch, 1 goal down. If they lose now, they do not get bragging rights. Is that realization a bit too much for them at this point? Right now, there's 2 minutes on the clock, 1 goal down. Can Stellenbosch get 1 goal and follow that shortly up with 2 goals to stay back in this game, to get back into this game?
Yeah, it's a bit difficult. I guess only time will tell, but it's also just the case of also getting in good practice, and sometimes practice is not something to be taken too seriously, but sometimes it can be an indication of some issues in the team, and I think Stellenbosch here will look back very, very, what a goal. Applesauce again.
Making sure that the dream is still alive. Being at the right place at the right time.
Yeah, it was a great carry by Daisy across the field. A beautiful delivery from the right-hand side into the middle of the goal. Applesauce won't miss that in a million years, and again, caught trying to break down a play, but it seems like both of these teams are picking the worst times to score goals for us casters, and now it goes back into the half of PRG. Stellenbosch just look like marginally the better team at the moment. They seem to be applying the pressure here.
I had my fingers crossed. I believe that Stellenbosch is going to get the goal back. PRG almost redirecting the ball in. There was a demo. Is there a man back? The ball was open, nobody lifted, and PRG scores a goal on it. Basically almost open it for Stellenbosch.
Oh, Buck has got to do better there. He scored a hat-trick in the last game, but that's an absolute nightmare of a 50. And just punished by Inferno, just calmly waited on the halfway line, saw the mistake and saw the open goal. You expect a player at this level to put that away. And at the moment, boys against men, it seems like the boys are winning. And now, again, another shot by PRG, dangerous towards the goal. And Stellenbosch, they're still in it. They've still got 58 seconds. They can still bring this back. But at the moment, I think individual errors is what's costing them. Now it's down the left wing with daisied again. And, just not enough.
Positioning is very important. If your third man was a little bit closer to the play, you could have cleared up with that in.
Yeah, now Bluck taking it the other way. It's a bit of chaos on the front post, a bit of latency on the stream, but I think that, PRG with a bit of a bad touch there, but luckily Blade comes across and gets that out and really just helping his teammate out, bailing his teammate out of a really dangerous situation there, because that could have been a deadly touch by Inferno. But anyways, Stellenbosch continue the pressure and somehow PRG survive and take it the other way and punish the overcommit. It's 3-1 and that looks like GG's to Stellenbosch. This might be a clean sweep unless a miracle happens in the next 14 seconds.
I've seen a lot of kickoff goals with 10 seconds left on the clock. Stellenbosch could possibly force PRG to just give them that one more goal, that little bit, so that the pride is still fine. With less than 10 seconds on the clock, and Stellenbosch is on the attack. Blade denies it. The ball's going up, and GG's to PRG.
Yeah, it's still in though. They might add insult to injury and a back touch by Inferno. They're still keeping it up. They're having a bit of fun with it, PRG. They're not just conceding and letting the ball drop to the ground to take the easy win. And, Stellenbosch nearly getting a goal there. They'll take it the other way. Inferno gets past one, gets past two, and it's almost there. PRG could have made it 4, but they didn't need to. GG to PRG. Not the best day at the office for Stellenbosch, and somehow they've wound up conceding a clean sweep there. And that concludes the best of 3. Listen, we didn't want a one-sided series, as Jamal pointed out, but I personally think that was a very high quality, very competitive game of Rocket League. And I think if Stellenbosch didn't make that many mistakes, perhaps the story could have been different. What are your thoughts on the series, Jamal?
I thoroughly enjoyed the series. I was so invested in this game, I was basically fumbling over my words. What simply just happened throughout this game, and what we saw is if that there is a large focus within the meta to be very mechanical. Many of the pros are saying ball chasing is the meta. But as you could see now, that simple rotational errors by Stellenbosch cost them a clean sweep.
Yeah. No problem. So just to wrap up the stream, final thoughts on the game. Listen, I thought both teams played relatively well, but Stellenbosch hesitant, lack of confidence, lack of cohesion at the back, and that's ultimately what cost him in today's game. Thank you to everybody who tuned in. It was a fantastic experience for myself, Triple M, and my partner in crime, Jamal. It was our first casting experience together, and I think that was a great introduction for the both of us.
Thank you very much for letting me for sharing this opportunity with me.
And
Thank you.
streams ended. Fantastic.
Okay.
All right.